Welcome to DIYs and Coffee, a series where we'll make something together and then we'll do something coffee related. It's all in the name, so let's get started. For today's DIY segment, we will be upholstering this blue chair. It's technically an office chair and we got it for free, and while the blue is pretty, we do already have a really bright blue couch down here, and so I wanted to make it more neutral so that it would just look a little bit better all cohesively. As you can see, I have a bunch of fabric to work with, but I started with just this one sheet and I had tucked it into the sides. And this is just me playing around with, okay, how long does this need to be? Where should I cut everything? And here I was cutting the side so then I could determine what I needed to do next. And I'm so serious, like I had no idea what I was doing. But then when I folded that piece over, I started to realize that I might be able to do this with one sheet of fabric and not have to sew. This is my realization. The material itself is pretty stretchy and forgiving, and that's honestly why I picked it in the first place. And so I trimmed off some of the excess, knowing that I was going to be folding over that and I didn't want it to be lumpy. And at this point, I knew I was onto something, but I wasn't quite sure, so I just took a break and I said, Scraps, I need some help. And so she gave me some loving. And this is just something that Scraps likes to do. She'll just roll on us like she rolls on dead frogs. So I think it's a compliment, but it's definitely a funny quirk of hers and we love it. And we can get back to the chair now, but Scraps would like constant attention. But as you can see here, I was really just like pushing the fabric into the chair and it was staying and it seemed sturdy enough. So at this point, I was kind of contemplating what I would be doing for the bottom of the chair, but I was almost done with the front and I was able to stretch it all the way across. Then I used my in-laws staple gun to pull the fabric towards the center base of the chair. And again, we have a Scraps intermission because she was very intrigued at what that sound was, but she was so brave. But anyways, we did have a staple gun that the previous homeowner had left behind, but it just wasn't strong enough. And so we borrowed one and that one worked a lot better. And here I'm just trying to see what the best way is to fold the fabric and pull it taut. And then once I had it in a good position, I would just staple it in. It started to get a little bunched up, but it was going to be completely covered when I screwed the bottom piece of the chair back on. So that really wasn't anything to worry about, and now I just needed one more piece of fabric to cover the base of the chair, and then I went around and tucked that in as well. We'll see if this stands the test of time, but for now I'm really happy with the neutral look. For today's coffee segment, we will be making some drip coffee at home using some beans from Trade. And I love using Trade coffee because they deliver beans to your door from a bunch of different independent coffee roasters, and it's freshly roasted and it's just like at a price that you couldn't just order directly from that coffee shop and get it. And so that's why I really find value in it. And I am an ambassador now, but I was doing the subscription before they even asked if I wanted to be an ambassador. So it's true, it's real, I love it, and it makes for some great coffee at home. Normally, I make a little bit more coffee at a time, but for the sake of the video, I wanted to use this clear mug so that you could see everything that was happening. I start by pouring just hot water into the filter, and this heats up the vessel and it just prepares the filter for coffee. So make sure you dump out that excess water before you enter the grounds. And this, of course, is freshly ground coffee, which it smells so amazing and it just makes for really fresh coffee. You'll want to start by just using a little bit of water to let the coffee grounds bloom, and then you can go ahead and do the rest of your pour. And I just love doing this method because you can just see it as it's happening and it's just so pretty. I love the process of making coffee and of course enjoying it after the fact.